This episode of Rockinmotors is brought to you by Cigarette Racing Team, the American offshore legend. Hi, and welcome to Rockinmotors. I'm your host, Oona O'Connell, and today we're continuing our series on motorcycles. I'm here again at Gary McGorran's South Florida Motorcycle Shop. Gary, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So today we're going to look at a very unique bike, a rare one that's pretty hard to get in the United States. Can you tell us what this bike is?
Yeah, this is a 1985 Yamaha RZ 500 V 4 cylinders, meaning it's a two-stroke engine which produces close to 150 horsepower. It has 4 exhaust pipes on it, which are called expansion chambers, and the bike is capable of running 260 kilometers. This bike was brought in through Canada because this bike was never allowed into the United States because of the emissions. So this one here has been modified. The cylinder's been modified on it, the carburetor's been modified, and naturally the exhaust has been modified on the bike also. So it's a very unusual bike to see on the road anymore. There's only a few of these left that I've ever seen.
Beautiful. Now this bike is a really fast bike, am I correct?
Oh yes, it's very fast.
What kind of speed would this top out
Well,
at?
this one will do 260 kilometers, which is equal to about 180 miles an hour. For a 500cc motorcycle, that's pretty fast compared to what's out there now. A lot of the other sport bikes will run pretty close to that. But back in 1985, this is one of the really classic bikes. It would really run at high speeds for a two-stroke. And that's what used to be out on the road mostly back in the days, is back in 85, and is a lot of two-strokes. So that's what this is right now, is a very collectible bike.
Now this bike isn't really for your amateur rider, is it? This packs a lot of punch, this bike here.
Yes, it does. You know, the bike is like I said, it speeds up to 180 miles an hour, and it'll get you there in a heartbeat. You know, it'll probably run about 70, 80 miles an hour in first or second gear. So it's not, you know, made for the guy that's just been starting out. So it's very, very fast motorcycle.
Now this bike, I know it wasn't sold in the U.S., but it was a very popular racing bike in other countries. Was it? Yes,
this was a bike like this was raced at MotoGP, and this bike was never let into the United States. So this is brought in through Canada. So it's different. You couldn't buy this here in the States, but I ended up locating one, you know. So that's what I like, is motorcycles that are unusual, and that's why I have this one here.
Now this is a two-stroke bike, am I correct?
Correct. The difference between a two-stroke bike and a four-stroke bike, I'll start out with a four-stroke, which what you see out on the road typically now is it has valves, and it runs on straight gasoline. Now the two-stroke bike has to have gas and oil mix, and it doesn't have any valves in it. It's run by piston port, is what they call these bikes, you know. So that's what's different. You see these bikes out on the road, sometimes they smoke a little bit. That's because it's a two-stroke. And again, the two-stroke has a different sound to it versus your four-stroke. RPM-wise, back in '85 when this bike was produced, you know, the bike, well, let's see, 10,000 RPMs is what it would turn up. But now, in today's standards, that's not much. For some of the four-stroke bikes that you see out there, they'll turn up 15,000, 16,000 RPMs. That's a lot. You know, so that's basically the difference. You know, if you see one smoking and one not, that's the difference. And the sound, you know. So these sound like a bumblebee, some people say, you know. So that's the difference.
Now the back of this bike is interesting. There seem to be 4 exhaust pipes, is that right?
Yeah, these are called expansion chambers. As you can see, this is a 4-cylinder, so you got 4 pipes here, and then you got your silencers right here. And these are called Jolly Moto exhausts. These are made in Italy, and these are back in the day, all the fast race bikes, they all had expansion chambers on them. And what they've done is they've taken the expansion chambers and they put silencers on them so it'll be street legal. So these are very nice sounding bikes.
So this bike has a really unique sound. Can you turn it on for us and show it how it sounds?
Sure, I can even probably, if I get lucky, start it by hand here.
For the latest episodes and behind-the-scenes footage, check out www.rockinmotors.tv. If you're located in South Florida and you have a hot ride or a cool club that you'd like me to review, just email me at oona@rockinmotors.com. For sponsorship information, email sponsors@rockinmotors.com.
It's a special car for special times. The Oldsmobile 60 B44. It's handsomer, heavier, huskier. New in style, but olds in quality. It's a car that has what it takes to take it and looks the part in every sturdy inch. Look at those lines. There's true streamlining for you. Beautiful and impressive from every angle of vision. And here's modern design carried still further in the streamlined Oldsmobile 60 Club Sedan. The cost? Less than you might expect. The Oldsmobile B44 60, 6 or 8 is still priced just above the lowest. And it's built to be durable, dependable, and economical to run.